Simon's Trading Channel. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're all well and you've had a great week. Sorry about the weird lighting. I'm not quite sure what's going on. But it's not the best face anyway, right? So you don't need to see it clearly. Okay, so let's get on with the price action analysis. And my goodness, has it been a boring week or what? Coming into Friday's closure for CME, may as well switch over and have a look at that to begin with. So let's get onto the weekly time frame. And you can see here, it's kind of status quo on the weekly time frame for CME. I mean, uh, if you're trying to look at this and be either bullish or bearish, then you're probably fooling yourself because it is neither of those. It is boring sideways price action that's consolidating within whatever it is. It's something like a $12,000 or $10,000, $11,000, somewhere in between. Split the difference. Price range. If you're looking at the weekly closures, and it's going on and on and on. I didn't expect it to be this long, but hey ho, such is life. And the price action at the end of the day is king. Now, what you can see using this Bollinger Band sort of logic is that for the bull run so far, so remember back in the end of 2022, beginning of January 2023, when the whole thing started, obviously that's very easy to say retrospectively and not so easy to say at the time. But you can see that for all the upside moves, the 20 SMA on the weekly time frame, so the midpoint of the Bollinger Band, kept you within the trending move. And then whenever the midpoint of the Bollinger Band was broken, it basically consolidated sideways, as in there was no kind of trending downside move on the weekly time frame. So trending move up above the midpoint of the Bollinger Band, closed below, went sideways. Trending move up, closed below, went sideways. Trending move up. Now, this obviously was part of this move up. So for this trending move to continue, Bitcoin cannot on CME close a weekly candle below 90K because that's where the midpoint of the Bollinger Band is. It's got close to there, and you can see that, okay, price is a fair way away from there at the moment, but excuse me, the SMA, the moving average for the midpoint of the Bollinger Band has got closer and closer to where price action has been consolidating over the last few weeks. You can also see that the Bollinger Band's getting fairly tight now on the weekly time frame. Not tight in comparison to the 6-month consolidation periods, example 1 and example 2, but I would say certainly comparable to here, for example, which was the narrowest the Bollinger Band's got to before the next move up. And so what does all that mean? Well, it just means so far that wherever the next volatile move comes, or whenever the next volatile move comes, if the weekly time frame remains above the midpoint on the Bollinger Band here, it's more likely to be a move to the upside. And I think people, it seems logical when talking about the time frames and the likely cycle lengths of the Bitcoin cycles, which are also the business cycles and everything else, then it does seem likely that this year is going to see another impulsive move to the upside for Bitcoin. But, can't predict the future, as I say in every video. That'll do on the weekly time frame for CME. Now, jumping down to the 4-hour, I mean, look at this. This is just sideways price action. Certainly the last few days, well, going back really to the 7th of February, so the end of the last week of February, it was kind of a up to 100K sell, down to 95 buy, up to 100K sell, down to 95 buy, blah, 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 blah. Is this 4-hour candle going to prove to be different? Who knows? But it's got a chance. And you can see that if it closes kind of where it is or above, then you've got the etchings of some volatility expansion on the 4-hour time frame, which it's about time because there hasn't been any volatility expansion on the 4-hour time frame. Well, it's been contracting really ever since the 3rd of February. So most of February, even on a 4-hour time frame, there's been low volatility, or certainly cooling off of volatility and then no expansion. So is this the start of the move? Well, only time will tell, but there's a good chance. And how many hours? There's an hour left on this 4-hour candle, so we'll see where it closes, but it's got a chance to start some volatility expansion. I'm not holding my breath, but we shall see. And the thing is, it's Friday, so coming into the weekend, it's probably going to be status quo, really, but we'll see. We'll see. Momentum's got a chance to shift to the upside, and it looks like the pivot for that is probably something like 97.5. So there's a bit of a buffer at the moment for 4-hour closures to keep momentum to the upside. But again, I'm not holding my breath for now. It just seems like consolidation is the name of the game at the moment. Excuse me, how rude. How rude. I seem to be losing my voice. I don't know why. Now, this is a daily time frame, and you can see, well, I guess there's a slight, you can argue this is slightly more positive than a 4-hour in a way, but as I've been saying for the last few days, I want to see Bitcoin close the daily back above. It's come down to 99 and change now. It had been around about 100K for a while, but the midpoint of the Bollinger Band is now around about 99K on Bitstamp here, which is probably similar on the other perpetual exchanges. And there's 5 hours to go, so there's a long time to go until this candle closes, but I'd like to see it close above that. And I think if Bitcoin does, then it's got a chance to get back into the low hundreds of K. No, the low hundreds K. That doesn't seem to make sense, but you know what I mean. And it'll have a bit of a chance to get back up to say 104, something like that. And if it gets back up there, there won't be volatility expansion on the daily time frame, but there'll be a chance that then when it does occur, the volatility expansion, there could be an upside daily move. So I think the 4-hour may bleed if it does indeed start to get some expansion of its volatility to the upside. That could then bleed into the daily. Will that happen over the weekend? Don't know. Probably not. But maybe next week will be a week for some upside price action for Bitcoin. Let's hope so. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If so, please like and subscribe. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.